Welcome back to CryptosRus. I am George. We're all George. So this morning, I'm joined by this house plan right here, which looks real, but actually turns out to be fake. I am off-site and will be for this entire week, but I did want to share something interesting today. Some monumental news about what may be coming for Bitcoin, and also something big about Ethereum. What am I talking about? Let's see. First of all, Bitcoin is holding at 26,400. So as you can see, just pretty much sideways movement at this point. The US market is in red today. But we know that last week, BlackRock made headline news with their ETF filing. So everyone's still talking about it. Is it good? Is it bad? Is BlackRock going to be buying billions of Bitcoin soon? Possibly all those things. But Grayscale, let's not forget, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is still the largest single entity in terms of Bitcoin holdings. Okay, 600,000 Bitcoin over that and continues to load up. So let's not forget about Grayscale. They are still absolutely huge, even though they have some issues because of their parent company DCG. Right? However, yeah, they're still in the game. And imagine if they're holding about like 650,000 Bitcoins by themselves, and then BlackRock also joins in the game and buys 650,000 worth of Bitcoins and holds it. I mean, that's a lot of Bitcoin. That's over 1 million Bitcoin just between two entities, right? But today, the bigger news is this: Fidelity. Fidelity is one of the largest asset managers on the planet as well. I believe they're number 2, right behind BlackRock. And they're rumored to make a seismic crypto move. What does that mean? Well, Fidelity's been in crypto for quite a long time. They already offer custody service. They opened up their exchange as well for retail players. But rumors are they may buy out Grayscale. Imagine that. If they buy out Grayscale, then guess who owns that 650,000 Bitcoins? They. And then where they go do? Well, they're going to file for a Bitcoin ETF. Think about that. Think about what that would do. That's crazy. That's crazy. Fidelity could go to the SEC and say, okay, we now own 600,000 Bitcoins. So we want to file for a Bitcoin ETF. I mean, that's insane. That's a brilliant move. Okay? And of course, they're doing this in response to BlackRock. And of course, if BlackRock hears about this, well, then they're going to go crazy. And then they're going to try to load up too. It's going to be an all-out war between Fidelity and BlackRock in terms of who owns more Bitcoin. That's insane. Insane. Yeah, so that's the big news I want to talk about today. I mean, I don't know if anyone else is talking about it, but if you do the math, 2 plus 2 equals 5 in this situation. I mean, it's wow. It's huge. It's huge. And of course, you know, in terms of fundamentals, right? Shrimp to fish absorption going up and up and up and up. So, you know, in addition to these big players, these entities or institutions that are loading up, everyone else is as well. If you look at liquid supply, it's dropping, just like the reserves of Bitcoin on the exchanges. Okay, that's exactly what's happening. People are not trading as much, taking them off exchanges and holding them. That's what it comes down to. That's awesome. Awesome indeed. And of course, short term, Bitcoin is looking like this, right? It looks like it wants to break out from this channel. But I mean, I don't really even care about short term like this. All the TA people will tell you this and that, right? And they could be right, they could be wrong. But when BlackRock is in the game and Fidelity is in the game, ready to possibly buy out Grayscale and come out with their own spot Bitcoin ETF, you know the future is very, very bright. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, I want to talk about Ethereum a little bit. We know that the Hinman documents finally released, right? SEC, basically, they had this one guy who did a speech and kind of went against the SEC rules and morals, and things just weren't properly defined, right? So Himan took it upon himself to define certain things. Jay Clayton at the time agreed, right? But now that it's been released, well, Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and everyone else thinks it's nonsense, thinks that Hinman just took the law into his own hands and made up stuff. And SEC is clear in terms of their non-understanding of crypto, does not have a good guidance, and that probably has not changed since then. Okay, so bottom line, does this help Ripple? I think most people think it does, but Ripple's price action or XRP's price action certainly doesn't indicate it, because it started going down after this was released. So it makes people wonder, hey, did this really help Ripple releasing those documents? They spent $100 million. I still think so. I still think they could use that as ammunition to fight the SEC. But JP Morgan thinks, who does it help? Ether. Helps Ethereum. Okay, and take a look at this. Ethereum developers are considering to change the max validator limit from 32 to 2,000 ETH. There's a lot of ETH whales out there. And yeah, staking 32 ETH in a validator is not very appealing. But going up to 2,000, imagine how much more whales will start staking. Right now, we have seen since the merge, okay, since the upgrade, we have seen, of course, the number of staked Ether go up dramatically since then. But 32, again, is not very appealing to the whales out there. Getting that increase will get the percentage up. Right now, Ethereum total overall stake is around 16%, 17%. When you consider like Cardano and others are in the 60s and 70s, there's a long way to go. So that is pretty bullish as well. And if you look at the deposit contract, look at it, it just keeps going up, and it started going up more rapidly recently after the upgrade. Okay, and look at a balance on exchanges, like it almost tanked to zero. Okay, so it's gone back to 2016 levels. Right now, everyone that owns ETH basically is taking out exchanges and staking it into the Beacon chain, or staking it into a liquid staking service like Lido, and they're making yield from it. No one is really wanting to hold it on exchanges, especially with all the FUD around exchanges as well. So it makes a whole lot of sense. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to continue traveling with my houseplant. Hopefully you guys stay strong. There are great days coming. We are starting the new week strong. This Fidelity news cannot be underestimated. It is absolutely huge, and we will see what happens with Bitcoin this week. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. By the way, something fun that I'm going to be doing, because I'm going to be traveling the whole week, I will be posting random pictures of where I am on Twitter. And the first few that guess it right, I'll give out a free Vegas I Am George NFT. I did that yesterday. People loved it. I will continue doing so for the rest of this week. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.